I'm Eric with Letters Etc. Today I'm going to show you how to take dimensional letters from Letters Etc. and install them onto a dimensional lobby wall. There's 4 different techniques I'm going to show you. And for those 4 different techniques, we need certain tools. For the stud mounting technique, we need a silicone gun, a drill with a 3/16 inch drill bit, a level to make sure the pattern's level on the wall, masking tape, and a tape measure, and also a pen or a grease pencil. Alright, first of all we're going to take, here's the, people always ask, how do I take the pattern that has the marking on it and put that on the wall and successfully put the dimensional letters up on the wall? So what we're going to do is show you 4 different techniques. One way is to stud mount the letters. You can see on the pattern I have the stud holes on the pattern, and those are orientated with the studs on the back of the tree in this case. In this case it's a 1/2 inch PVC, and I already screwed the studs in there. They come tapped, so you just thread the studs into the letter. The second technique I'm going to show you is a notching technique, where you take an X-Acto knife and you're going to cut little triangular sections out of 2 orientation marks on the letters, usually on the top and the bottom somewhere. The third method I'm going to take is a stencil, and this stencil is from Letters Etc. And the stencil is cut out just a little bit bigger than the letters, so once you put the stencil on the wall, you're just going to be popping the letters into place. The fourth way we're going to do is we're going to take this part of the letters, and we're going to just cut out the top, we're going to leave just the very top part of the letters. And the very bottom part of the letters. You don't really need a straight edge, but you just want to show where the letters fall onto the bottom. And then you don't need this part either. Just cut that out like that, and this part out like that. And what you could do is you can even leave that part of the pattern in there, just so when you put it on the wall, the customer can, take a look at it and see if that's, where they want the sign. They want it higher or lower, or to the left or the right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take the pattern, and when installing letters on a wall, you always want to work from the center out. So to find the center of the pattern, you just take it and fold it in half and scribe a line in the middle of the pattern. So now we have our center of our pattern. The next thing we want to do is find the center of our wall, which I already did. I put a piece of tape there and marked the center of the wall. Now I'm going to take the pattern, and with our center mark, just put 2 pieces of tape along the top. And basically when you have a lobby sign, you want it right at about 65 inches or right about eye level. And it's best to put the pattern up there and get the customer to say, do you want it higher or lower? Let them approve where they want it. But it is in the center of the wall. The next thing we do is, I should have done it when it was flat on the table, but we want a straight level line, since the logo here is going uphill and we don't really have a straight line here, and you don't want to use the bottom part of your pattern as the straight line, because a lot of times when it goes to the plotter, if the plotter's slightly off, it might be going uphill or downhill, so you don't use the pattern as your level line, but you do use whatever's straight on the pattern, in this case the dimensional graphics part of it. So you can either scribe a line all the way across the pattern, like that. And then what we do is we want to take that and level that. So you take your level, put it on that line, and I can see that I got to come up on the right side. Okay, so now we got our pattern level on the wall. Go ahead and put some more masking tape down. Okay, so now we got our pattern on the wall. So the 4 different techniques I'm going to show you are, well, the stud mounted one, all we're going to do is we're going to drill holes into the drywall with a 3/16 drill bit, and we're going to drill right through the pattern, through the wall. Okay, so there's our holes for our stud mounted logo. The next part we're going to do is we're going to take where we made the orientation marks on the letters, and we're going to just transfer them onto the wall with either grease pencil or a pen. Okay, so that's the one technique, and the other technique is we're going to transfer just 2 parts on this because we're using a stencil on the tagline. Okay, so and the 4th way we're going to do is now we take this tape off of this part of the pattern. And our letters here, this is a 1-inch gator foam. We get double-sided tape on the back of it, so you peel the release liner and just go ahead and press them, looking at the top and the bottom of the letters. Alright, so in this part of the technique, if you did the whole pattern like that, install the letters like that, then basically you just take the whole pattern off at that point. As long as you don't cut the pattern, leave too much of the pattern, you can easily just pull the pattern off the wall. Okay, so that part of that's done. The second technique is where I put the orientation marks on the letters. Okay, the third technique was using the stencil. So I have my stencil here. I'll tape that up with my 2 orientation marks, which put one on the D, bottom of the D, like that. And the bottom of the S. Right there with the orientation marks. Okay, and then these letters, I'm just going to pop and paste. These have a release, a VHB, or a thin tape on it. I've already pulled the release liners off of it, so it's got tape on the back of it. And I'm just going to pop those in place. Okay, so there's our 1/4-inch white acrylic letters. You want to go back and push them, make sure they're against the wall really good. And then you just pop the stencil off of there. Like that. Alright, and the fourth way was with the stud mounted logo. I've got the studs already screwed in there. What you want to do there is just put a little bit of silicone on the bottom of the stud. You don't need to put it into the hole in the wall because it'll just make a big mess anyways. You put a little silicone on there with the spacers. Drop the spacers on there. That kind of holds the spacer from sliding off. That. Put a little more glue just at the base of the spacer there. The studs are going to hold it on the wall. You don't have to worry about it coming out of the wall, especially on an interior application. A little bit of glue just keeps it from sliding back out. And just press on it lightly. So there's the finished product. Those are 4 different techniques. Use any one you want to use. They're all very effective. Good luck with your installation, and remember, at Letters Etc., we bring signs to life.